It's a very good result for West Ham. But I think, although I predicted an Arsenal win, I do remember talking to Robbie about this yesterday, and it's, Arsenal are going to drop those Everton or Brighton at home points at some point. And I suppose West Ham does fit the bill. So, look, we were looking yesterday about the away games they've got. Forest on Wednesday. Arsenal might win that. They might not concede and get the goal. But I think Arsenal are always in a game when it's 0-0. Because if they get that goal, they can defend it. But if they concede first, you've got to score 2 to win. And I think that's where Arsenal come into it. On the red card, by the way, I'm sure some people will be talking about that. There's been some interesting VAR decisions today. I mean, the results today are incredible as well. But on the red card, Lewis Skelly, I've seen it back on social media, and although it's on the halfway line, it's more of a red card than Saliba's was against Bournemouth because he's actually in possession of the ball, the West Ham player, and Lewis Skelly pulls him down and Raya's out of his goal. He's definitely going to have a goal-scoring opportunity, so it has to be a red card. It's frustrating. I feel for the Arsenal player because I think in that situation he's been caught in possession. You try and turn it around, and yeah, it's a red card. I can't argue with that. But Arsenal are top of the league for red cards as well. Some of them are unlucky. Some of them are dubious. But how many points have Arsenal dropped because of red cards this season as well? How do you solve that next year? I mean, look, 2 of those red cards were for a rule that we knew was going to get got rid of, and we knew it was going to hurt Arsenal. Namely, Declan Rice supposedly kicking the ball away and Trossard kicking the ball away. You don't get red cards for that anymore. So I do feel for Arsenal to a certain extent, but I don't think they can have any complaints about that. And I think when people are searching for excuses, Arteta or, Lewis Skelly or, this or that, the bottom line is Man United are crap because our owners are crap. And Arsenal are not going to win a title because you didn't do what needed to be done. I'm going to do an Aston Villa watch along. Will they get back into Europe? Well, at least they've tried to bring attacking talent in to do it. I'm sure Arsenal would love a Malen or an Asensio or a Marcus Rashford. I don't think Arsenal fans were asking for Sesko or Ollie Watkins. I think they were asking for something's better than nothing. It's a bit like United when Tal ends up going to Spurs because Man United don't want to spend 8 million on a loan. I'm sure Arsenal look at Tal at Spurs and go, yes, it doesn't have to be the long-term solution, but something is better than nothing. And I think that's where Arsenal have to look at themselves and say, you've let Arteta down, you've let your fans down. And today, I can't believe anybody out there with a brain cell would say Arsenal could have done this without a striker, but everybody knows it. You were always going to have a West Ham. You were always going to do that. And that's why the gap on Liverpool, I was never confident that Arsenal could do it. Even if Liverpool wobble again, Arsenal won't close that gap. They're just not going to be capable of doing it. It's not going to happen. Incredible day in the Premier League, though. Get your comments in. Obviously, Brighton beating Southampton makes it quite interesting as that race for sort of top 4-5 compacts. Tottenham winning, still won't be in the top half, but destroying Ipswich. Crystal Palace winning at Fulham really surprised me, but this is the unpredictability of the league. And then Wolves winning at Bournemouth is absolutely huge, isn't it? Because that's Bournemouth's opportunity to be in 4th place tonight gone. And I never would have predicted that Wolves would beat Bournemouth. And they were already 1-0 up before the red card that Bournemouth got as well. So just an amazing set of shock results today. West Ham at Arsenal, Wolves at Bournemouth, Crystal Palace at Fulham, Tottenham at Ipswich is a bit of a shock, I suppose. And Brighton, Southampton, I think we would have predicted. But yeah, get your comments in below. Let me know what your thoughts are. But looking at that league table, I mean, I never thought Arsenal were going to do it. I wanted them to do it, but it's just a great result for Liverpool and West Ham.